Today begins like any other day. You wake up and your mind is already full of thoughts, worries, hopes and questions. Some thoughts pull you toward excitement, some toward fear, some toward stress. You may feel pressure from work, from relationships, from life itself. Perhaps you feel weighed down by yesterday or anxious about what lies ahead. These feelings are real and they matter. But before you react, before the world demands your attention, pause. Take a moment. Notice that in this quiet moment, you have something powerful. You have the ability to shape your day, and the first words you speak to yourself can change everything. Think about the way your mind moves in the morning. Often it rushes automatically. It jumps from worry to plan, from regret to anticipation. You respond without thinking, driven by habit rather than choice. And yet, these first moments are more important than anything else you will do today. What you tell yourself now creates the rhythm of your thoughts, the energy of your actions, and the quality of your decisions. This is the moment that determines whether your day will be guided by clarity or chaos, by strength or distraction. Close your eyes if you want, or simply soften your gaze. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel your body waking. Feel your mind stirring. This is your moment before the demands of the day arrive. Right now, you can choose. You can choose to drift, to let old worries and distractions carry you, or you can choose to stand firm, intentional, and present. Your mind at this moment is like a garden. Every thought you have is a seed. The words you speak to yourself, the ideas you focus on, and the emotions you cultivate will grow throughout your day. If you start with doubt or fear, those seeds will grow into stress, irritation, and tension. If you start with calm, clarity, and strength, those seeds will grow into focus, resilience, and confidence. And let go of yesterday. Let go of mistakes you cannot undo. Let go of moments you cannot change. Those things are not yours to carry into this morning. Right now, all that exists is this moment, and in it, you hold the power to shape your mind. What you tell yourself now will guide your reactions, influence your choices, and create the energy you carry into every interaction and every decision. Take another deep breath. Feel your mind becoming clearer. Notice how still it can be when you allow yourself simply to be present. Recognize that you are not controlled by the past. You are not powerless against the future. Today is yours. You have the choice to begin intentionally. You have the choice to set your thoughts on strength instead of fear, on clarity instead of confusion, on calm instead of chaos. Pause for a moment and let this sink in. The world will come soon enough, but this moment is yours. What you tell yourself in this morning moment will shape not only your day, but the way you think, the way you act, and even the way you feel. Speak to yourself with strength. Speak to yourself with calm. Speak to yourself with clarity. In these first moments, you have everything you need to begin a day that is intentional, focused, and powerful. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing to this channel. Join a community committed to building strength, clarity, and calm every morning. Here you will find guidance rooted in timeless wisdom and modern psychology to help you take control of your mind and your day. Let this morning be the start of a day and a life built on intention, presence, and power. Most mornings feel the same. You wake up, and before your feet touch the floor, your mind is already racing. Thoughts jump from one thing to another. You remember yesterday's mistakes. You worry about what might happen today. You think about all the tasks that await you and all the people who might demand your attention. Your mind is crowded, restless, and loud. It feels impossible to find peace in the early hours. You notice that you are comparing yourself without even realizing it. You compare your life to others' lives on social media. You compare your accomplishments to the people around you. You compare your energy, your productivity, your happiness, and your progress. You ask yourself why you are not further along. You wonder if you are doing enough, achieving enough, or becoming enough. The comparison is constant. It weighs heavily and silently shapes the way you feel about yourself before your day has even begun. There is pressure too. Pressure from work, from family, from responsibilities that demand you act, perform, and succeed. There is pressure from expectations, both external and internal. You carry the weight of all that needs to be done, all that should be done, and all that others expect you to do. And this pressure does not wait for the sun to rise. It greets you the moment your eyes open. You feel it in your chest, in your shoulders, and in the tension of your mind. Distractions arrive quickly, even before you are fully awake. Your phone is buzzing with notifications. Messages demand replies. Emails accumulate. News headlines pull your attention. Social media shows you what everyone else is doing, what everyone else has accomplished, what everyone else is feeling. Every distraction tries to steal your focus. It is easy to feel like the world is moving faster than you can keep up with. It is easy to feel small, slow, and overwhelmed. All of these things, mental noise, comparison, pressure, distraction, they are the reality of most mornings. And yet, there is a deeper truth that most people miss. This morning chaos, this constant mental chatter, is not your destiny. It is not permanent. It is not who you are at your core. The reality is that how you start your morning shapes the rest of your day. Your mind, in these first moments, before the noise fully arrives, is where your strength begins. The Stoics understood this. They understood that the early hours are sacred for training the mind. Marcus Aurelius, for example, reminded himself each morning that he would meet people who are selfish, impatient, and unreasonable. He knew that the world would demand his energy and attention. He also knew that he could not control what others would do. He could only control his own mind, his own choices, and his own reactions. That is the secret the Stoics teach. Morning clarity matters because it sets the tone for everything that follows. If your mind is focused, calm, and deliberate at the start of the day, you move through the world with strength. If your mind is scattered, reactive, or distracted, the world pulls you along and you live as if on autopilot. This contrast is what makes the morning so important. On one side, you have chaos, stress, comparison, and pressure. On the other side, you have clarity, calm, and purpose. The choice is yours. You can let the noise control your mind, or you can anchor yourself in strength before the day even begins. You can choose to react to every distraction, letting your emotions and impulses guide you. Or you can choose to guide your mind intentionally, like a captain steering a ship through rough waters. This is why the 5 words I will share with you are so powerful. These words are not just words, they are anchors for your mind. They are tools you can use every morning to stop the chaos, to quiet the noise, and to take control of your day. Each word carries a principle. Each word shapes your focus, your decisions, and your reactions. They are simple, yet profound. They remind you of what matters. They give you a starting point for strength before the world demands your attention. When you begin your day with these 5 words in mind, something changes. You begin to act rather than react. You begin to choose rather than drift. You begin to feel calm rather than overwhelmed. These words are a mental framework, a guide that keeps you centered when pressure arrives, when distractions call, when the weight of comparison threatens to pull you down. They are a way to take control of your mornings, and through your mornings, to take control of your life. Imagine how it would feel to wake up each morning with clarity, with calm, with focus. Imagine greeting the day with intention instead of stress. Imagine knowing that you have tools at your disposal to navigate whatever comes your way. That is the power of the 5 words. They are not a trick or a quick fix. They are a practice. They are a habit of the mind that grows stronger each day. They are the beginning of building the kind of mental strength that carries you through challenges, setbacks, and distractions with calm and purpose. So take a deep breath and let this truth settle in. Most mornings are full of struggle, but you do not have to accept that struggle as permanent. You do not have to start your day in chaos. You can anchor yourself. You can begin with strength. You can give your mind the words it needs to be steady, focused, and powerful. These 5 words will be your guide. They will remind you of the strength that is already inside you. They will be your foundation for every choice, every action, and every moment that comes after. As the morning continues to unfold, let us take a moment to consider something that can change the way you live each day. You have already felt the rush of your thoughts, the pressure of the world, and the weight of comparison. You have noticed how easily your mind can be pulled in different directions before your day has truly begun. This is the reality for most people, and yet it does not have to be your reality. You have the opportunity to begin again, to choose a different path, and to strengthen your mind in ways that most people do not even consider. What if I told you that there are 5 words, 5 simple words that you can hold in your mind each morning that will anchor you, focus you, and give you the clarity to face your day with strength? These are not ordinary words. They are not phrases you will forget by midday. They are words that carry power, that carry intention, that carry a force capable of shaping your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. These words are like seeds. When you plant them in your mind each morning, they grow into habits of strength, habits of clarity, habits of presence. And once these seeds grow, they influence everything you do, everything you think, and everything you feel throughout the day. The first thing to understand is that these words are rooted in something very old, something that has been tested through centuries of human experience. The ancient Stoics understood the mind better than almost anyone in history. They understood that life is unpredictable, that people are often unreasonable, that events will not always go according to plan. They understood that pain, frustration, and disappointment are unavoidable parts of life. Yet they also understood that the mind has a power that is entirely within your control. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled an empire while facing enormous responsibilities, wrote in his meditations that each day he reminded himself that he would encounter people driven by ego, by ignorance, and by selfishness. He knew he could not change their behavior. He could not control their thoughts or actions. What he could control was his own mind. He could control his reactions. He could control his focus. He could control how he chose to move through the world. That understanding was his source of strength. Modern psychology confirms what the Stoics knew thousands of years ago. Every thought you hold, every word you say to yourself, and every choice you make shapes your brain and your emotional state. The way you respond to stress, the way you face challenges, and the way you handle setbacks is not fixed. Your mind can be trained. You can build mental habits that strengthen your focus, that improve your clarity, that give you resilience in the face of difficulty. When you start your morning intentionally, when you begin with words that guide your mind, you are literally building new pathways in your brain that will shape your entire day. You are choosing strength over distraction, focus over chaos, and clarity over confusion. The 5 words I'm about to share with you are carefully chosen because they blend these 2 powerful approaches. They carry the wisdom of the Stoics, who understood the principles of human nature, of discipline, and of self-mastery. They also carry the insights of modern psychology, which shows how intention, focus, and mindful awareness can transform your life. These words are simple enough that you can remember them easily, but profound enough that they influence every decision, every thought, and every action you take throughout the day. They are words that act as anchors for your mind. They are words that help you resist distraction, overcome pressure, and move through your morning with calm and clarity. Now I want you to listen carefully, because this is where your presence matters. This moment, right here, right now, is when your mind is most open to change. It is when your thoughts can be directed with intention. Do not skip this part. Do not rush ahead. Stay fully present. Each word carries weight, and each word will only have its full effect if you allow yourself to focus completely. You might be tempted to think you already know what these words mean, or to dismiss them as simple advice, but simplicity is the essence of their power. The more you focus on them, the more they take root, and the more they influence every part of your day. The first word is stillness. It reminds you to pause and center yourself. It teaches you that before you act, before you react, you have the ability to find calm in your mind. It allows you to step away from the noise, from the rush, and from the endless distractions that seek to pull you in every direction. Stillness is the foundation for mental clarity, because when your mind is quiet, you can see clearly, think clearly, and act with purpose. The second word is choice. Every morning is filled with decisions, many of them automatic. Choice reminds you that you do not have to be carried by habit. You can pause and decide intentionally how you will think, how you will feel, and how you will respond. Choice puts the power back into your hands. You can decide how your day begins, how your energy flows, and how your mind reacts to challenges. The third word is control. Control focuses on what is within your reach and what is yours to influence. Life will always have uncertainty, but you do not have to let uncertainty rule you. Control reminds you to focus on the things that truly matter, the things you can manage, and the actions you can take. It is a word that strengthens your mind by keeping your attention on what is real and actionable. The fourth word is courage. This word reminds you that every morning requires the bravery to face your day, to confront discomfort, and to act despite fear. Courage is not a grand heroic act. It is the daily choice to step into challenges, to do the work that matters, and to hold your head high when life tests you. Courage fuels the mind because it turns fear into action and hesitation into movement. The fifth word is enough. This word is a reminder that you are sufficient as you are. It teaches gratitude, contentment, and acceptance. It prevents comparison and quiets the endless inner voice that says you are not enough. When you start your morning believing that you are enough, your mind carries that calm into every interaction and every decision. You approach the world with strength, not anxiety. You act from a place of sufficiency, not scarcity. These 5 words together form a framework. They are not complicated. They do not require special knowledge or skills. They only require your attention, your presence, and your commitment to begin each morning with intention. As you continue through this video, you will learn how to use these words, how to let them shape your thoughts, and how to carry their strength into every part of your day. Do not rush past this. Stay present. Let the meaning of these words sink in. Let the power of their simplicity anchor your mind. The more fully you engage with this moment, the stronger your mind will become. Remember, each morning is an opportunity. Each morning is a chance to shape your mind and your day with intention. The 5 words are your anchors. They will guide you through distraction, pressure, and uncertainty. They will remind you of the power you already hold within yourself, and they will give you the clarity and strength to move through your day as someone who is intentional, focused, and unshakable. These words will become the foundation for every morning, and in time, they will transform the way you live every single day. Before we move deeper into these 5 words, take a moment to consider something important. What you are doing right now is more than just watching a video. You are taking the time to focus on your mind, to strengthen your thinking, and to build the foundation for a stronger, calmer, and more intentional day. That is not a small thing. Most people drift through their mornings without thought, without awareness, without any guide. But you are here, listening, paying attention, and giving yourself the opportunity to learn something that can change the way you live. I want you to understand that your engagement matters. Every time you like this video, it is not just a signal to the platform or to the algorithm. It is a statement of commitment to yourself. It is a reminder that you value your mind and your growth. Every time you comment, even a single word, it is more than interaction. It is an act of reflection. You are thinking about what this message means to you personally. You are speaking it into existence, reinforcing it in your mind, and sharing your intention with others. Your participation strengthens the message, not only for you, but for everyone who is learning and growing alongside you. Imagine for a moment that you are part of a community, a network of people who are all seeking clarity, focus, and strength in their daily lives. You are not alone. Each person who chooses to pause, to reflect, to engage, is contributing to the energy of this community. They are reminding themselves and others that mental strength, discipline, and clarity are worth the effort. By participating, you are adding your voice to that collective commitment. You are creating a ripple that spreads beyond this moment and beyond this video. Even the smallest action matters. If you simply press, like you are signaling to your mind that what you are learning here is valuable. You are reinforcing the idea that these 5 words are not abstract concepts, but tools you can use every morning. If you leave a comment, you are creating a personal connection to the message. You are making it real in your life. And if you share this with someone who you know could benefit from it, you are extending the impact far beyond yourself. You are helping to build a network of people who are learning to take control of their mornings and their minds, just as you are. Engagement is not about popularity. It is not about proving anything to anyone else. It is about investing in yourself. It is about showing up for your own growth and giving these ideas the chance to take root in your life. Every interaction you make, every word you type, every click of the like button is a small but meaningful choice to prioritize your mental strength. It is a choice to be intentional. It is a choice to be present. So I encourage you now to pause for a moment and take this action, like this video, to show that you are ready to grow. Comment with a word, a thought, or a reflection about what this message means to you. Know that each action strengthens your connection to the ideas, strengthens your focus, and strengthens the overall energy of this community. You are part of something larger than yourself, a growing network of people who are all committed to clarity, discipline, and strength in the morning and throughout the day. As you take this moment to engage, remember that it is not just about the platform or the numbers. It is about your mind, your intentions, and your daily practice. The words you're about to learn, the principles you're about to apply, will have a stronger effect when you are fully present and fully participating. Your engagement is a way of anchoring these lessons in your own life. It is a way of reminding yourself that mental strength is a practice, not a concept. And it is a way of preparing your mind to fully absorb the next part of this journey, the first of the 5 powerful words that will guide your mornings. So now, take a moment, engage, like, comment, reflect, and participate. Let this action be the first step in applying what you are learning. You are not simply watching a video, you are taking control. You are choosing clarity. You are choosing growth. You are choosing to be part of a community that values strength of mind. And with that choice, you are already strengthening yourself. Now we begin with the first of the 5 words that will strengthen your mind every morning. That word is stillness. Stillness may sound simple, even quiet, almost unremarkable. You might wonder how one word, a single concept, can have a significant impact on the way you think, feel, and act throughout your entire day. But stillness is far from ordinary. It is a foundation. It is an anchor. It is the first step toward building a mind that is strong, calm, and deliberate. It is the space where clarity begins, the place where focus grows, and the moment where control returns to you before the world attempts to pull it away. Morning stillness is not just about sitting quietly or closing your eyes. It is not a technique or a ritual that requires time or effort beyond what you already have. Stillness is a state of mind, a deliberate act of pausing before you allow external events to dictate your emotions or your reactions. When you practice stillness in the morning, you give yourself the opportunity to observe your thoughts without judgment. You allow yourself to breathe deeply, to feel your body awaken, and to recognize that the world is not yet demanding your attention. In these moments, you create a space where your mind is free from the chaos that so often fills our lives. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood the power of stillness better than almost anyone in history. In his writings, he reminded himself every day that he would encounter challenges, people driven by selfishness or ignorance, and circumstances beyond his control. He knew that the world would attempt to pull him in every direction, to provoke him, to distract him, and to frustrate him. And yet, he emphasized that his response to all of these events was entirely within his control. He wrote that the mind must remain calm, clear, and centered in the face of chaos. This calmness is stillness, the ability to pause before reacting, to observe before judging, and to reflect before deciding is what allows the mind to act with wisdom rather than with impulse. Marcus Aurelius knew that stillness was not a luxury. It was a necessity for anyone who wanted to live intentionally and with purpose. Stillness is also deeply supported by modern science. Psychology and neuroscience tell us that the mind is constantly processing information, often at a rate faster than our conscious awareness. Stress, anxiety, and distraction are products of this overactivity. When the mind is racing, every small challenge feels larger, every minor irritation feels more significant, and every decision feels urgent and exhausting. But research shows that even short periods of mindful stillness can dramatically reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve emotional regulation. Practicing stillness in the morning is like training your brain. It helps your mind recognize what is within your control and what is not. It strengthens your ability to respond to challenges with thoughtfulness rather than reaction. It allows your emotional pathways to reset so that when your day begins, you are moving from a place of calm awareness rather than chaos and distraction. Think about your mornings for a moment. Often the moment you wake up, the world is already trying to pull you in. Your phone might buzz with notifications. Emails may be waiting for your attention. Messages from friends or colleagues demand an immediate response. Social media presents a constant stream of information, updates and comparisons. The traffic outside is beginning to grow. The schedule of your day is pressing in from every direction. And amidst all of this, your own thoughts are clamoring for attention. Anxiety about deadlines, pressure from responsibilities, and fears of inadequacy all arrive at once. If you allow these forces to sweep over you, if you allow yourself to react immediately, you are giving control away. You are allowing your mind to be carried by habit, by impulse, by distraction, and by stress. Now imagine a different approach. Imagine beginning your day with stillness. Imagine sitting for a few moments, simply noticing your breath. Imagine observing your thoughts as they pass without judgment. Notice the tension in your body and allow it to soften. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel the pulse of life moving through you. In this stillness, you are neither reacting to your phone nor worrying about your schedule. You are simply present. You are aware. You are anchoring your mind in the only place where clarity can begin. Stillness allows you to step back from your reactions and gain perspective. When you pause, you create a space between stimulus and response. This space is where power lives. This space is where the strongest people act with thought rather than with emotion. This space is where wisdom grows. The rush of the world, the pressures, and the endless to-do list lose their immediate grip on you because you have returned to a place of awareness. Stillness does not prevent challenges or stop difficulties from appearing. It does not remove responsibility or erase stress. Instead, It strengthens your mind to face these challenges with calm, focus, and deliberate action. Consider the morning as a series of small moments where stillness can be practiced. When your alarm rings, pause before you reach for your phone. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to arrive fully in the morning. When a message appears, resist the urge to respond immediately. Notice your reaction. Observe your thoughts and your feelings. In the moments of traffic or when a stressful notification comes through, allow stillness to guide your response. Instead of reacting with impatience or anxiety, pause. Center yourself. Respond with clarity rather than letting your emotions dictate your actions. Stillness also strengthens your emotional resilience. When you practice this pause in the morning, you are creating a habit that carries through your day. Difficult conversations, setbacks, and unexpected challenges become easier to handle because your mind has been trained to observe before reacting. You are not avoiding the world. You are not ignoring your responsibilities. You are choosing to begin with control. You are choosing to begin with awareness. This is the essence of stillness. It is the ability to act from a place of strength rather than from a place of chaos. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect on the power of stillness in your own life. Think about how your mornings have begun up until now. Think about the times when you have felt overwhelmed, rushed, or distracted. Notice how often you have given control to the first impulses, the first distractions, and the first anxieties of the day. Then imagine a different way. Imagine beginning with stillness. Imagine giving yourself even 5 minutes of quiet awareness, of noticing your breath, of observing your thoughts, of centering your mind before the world intrudes. If you can imagine it, you can practice it. You can choose to make stillness your anchor. You can choose to pause before you react. You can choose to observe before you respond. You can choose to breathe and center yourself before your day begins. In doing so, you are taking the first step toward building a mind that is strong, clear, and unshakable. Stillness is not a one-time act. It is a habit. It is a daily practice. Each morning you repeat it. Each time you allow yourself this pause, you are strengthening your mental pathways. You are training your mind to remain calm, focused, and in control, no matter what your day brings. Now, I want you to make a commitment in this moment. As you listen, repeat these words in your mind and let them settle deep within you. Comment if you are able. Say it to yourself. I choose stillness. I choose to pause. I choose to anchor my mind before the world arrives. Let this affirmation be the beginning of your practice. Let it remind you that strength begins with awareness, that clarity begins with calm, and that control begins with the decision to be still. Take a deep breath. Let this moment settle into your body, into your mind, into the way you feel about your morning. Stillness is your anchor. It is your foundation. It is the place where clarity, focus, and strength begin. And as you carry this stillness with you into the moments that follow, you will notice the difference. Decisions will feel clearer, challenges will feel smaller, stress will lose its grip. Your mind will be your own, calm, centered, and deliberate. Now take another deep breath. Let it flow through you. Let this sense of calm, this awareness of stillness grow. Let it guide you as you prepare to move forward. Take a moment to reflect on the power of this word, the strength it carries, and the way it can transform your morning. Let it sink in fully, and when you are ready, we will move to the next word, the second of the 5 words that will shape your mornings and strengthen your mind. Take a breath. Let this settle. Now we move to choice. As we move into the next step of strengthening your mind, we arrive at the second word. That word is choice. Choice is powerful because every morning, before the day has fully begun, you are presented with a series of decisions. Some of them are obvious, like whether to get out of bed, whether to check your phone, or whether to respond to a message immediately. Others are subtle, almost invisible, like the thoughts you allow to occupy your mind or the emotions you decide to nurture. Every moment you wake, your mind faces the opportunity to either act intentionally or drift on autopilot. Choice reminds us that we have power over these moments. It reminds us that we are not merely reacting to the world. We are capable of guiding our own mind, our own day, and ultimately our own life. The Stoics understood the importance of choice more than most. Epictetus, a philosopher who spent his life teaching that happiness and freedom come from within, wrote extensively about our ability to choose. He said that it is not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. It is not circumstances that determine how we feel, but the decisions we make in response to those circumstances. Every morning presents a small but significant test of this principle. Will you allow yourself to be carried by mood, by habit, or by the expectations of others? Or will you choose how you think, how you feel, and how you act, no matter what happens around you? The difference between living by reaction and living by choice is immense. It is the difference between feeling overwhelmed, scattered, and anxious, and feeling calm, focused, and in control. Choice begins with awareness. Before the day fully arrives, take notice of your thoughts. Notice how quickly the mind moves from one idea to another. Notice how easy it is to respond automatically, to react without reflection, to allow external events to dictate your inner state. Awareness is the doorway to choice. The moment you recognize that you are thinking automatically, you have the opportunity to interrupt the cycle. You have the opportunity to pause and intentionally decide what you want to think, how you want to feel, and how you want to respond. This is the essence of choice. It is not about controlling the world around you. It is about controlling your mind, your attention, and your response to what comes. Modern psychology confirms the value of choice in shaping our mental strength. Cognitive reframing, for example, is a technique used to change the way we interpret events. When we encounter a stressful situation, our first instinct may be to feel frustration, fear, or anxiety. These responses are automatic, driven by habit and past experiences. But cognitive reframing teaches us that we can choose to interpret the same situation differently. We can choose to see a challenge as an opportunity for growth, a setback as a lesson, or a stressful message as a prompt to practice patience. Each reframed thought strengthens neural pathways associated with calm, rational thinking. Each intentional choice to interpret events differently builds the mental muscle that allows us to face our day with clarity rather than chaos. Let us consider the morning again. When your alarm rings, your first choice is to awaken with awareness rather than jump immediately into the rush. You can decide to take a few moments of quiet reflection or mindful breathing. This choice sets the tone for the entire morning. When you see notifications on your phone, you can choose whether to check them immediately or wait until you have centered your mind. You can choose to respond with calm rather than impulsive reaction. Small setbacks may appear as you begin your day. Perhaps traffic is heavier than expected. Perhaps an email contains criticism. Perhaps a minor irritation occurs in your household. Each of these moments is a decision point. Will you allow external circumstances to shape your mood and your actions, or will you choose your response intentionally? Choice gives you the power to answer wisely rather than react unconsciously. Consider your mood in the morning. Sometimes it may be clouded by worry, fear, or fatigue. These feelings are natural and they are understandable. But choice reminds you that even when emotions are present, you do not have to let them control your actions. You can acknowledge them, feel them, and then deliberately decide how to act. You can choose thoughts that are constructive rather than destructive. You can choose focus rather than distraction. You can choose strength rather than surrender. Every time you make this choice, you reinforce the principle that your mind belongs to you. It is a small victory in the morning, but a victory that compounds throughout the day. Choice also reminds us of the difference between what is within our control and what is not. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances will not always go as planned. You cannot control the weather, traffic, the behavior of others, or unexpected interruptions, but you can control your thoughts, your focus, and your actions. Each morning offers a chance to practice this truth. You can choose to engage with what you can control and let go of what you cannot. You can choose to direct your energy toward meaningful work rather than distractions. You can choose the attitude you bring to every interaction. In doing so, you create a mental habit of empowerment, resilience, and intentional living. Every small decision in the morning is a step in training the mind. It is a practice that grows stronger with repetition. You may not notice the change immediately, but over time these choices accumulate. Your mornings begin to feel less chaotic. You feel more in control. Your thoughts are clearer, your energy more balanced, and your focus sharper. The discipline of choice strengthens your mind in a way that nothing else can. It is not dramatic, it is not glamorous, but it is profound. Take a moment to reflect on how choice has already influenced your life. Think about a time when you allowed yourself to act intentionally rather than reacting automatically. Remember how it felt to respond with clarity and calm rather than stress and confusion. This is the power you are cultivating every morning with the word choice. You are training your mind to pause, to evaluate, and to respond with intention. You are reinforcing the idea that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a master of your own thoughts. Now I want you to anchor this principle with action. Comment if you are able. Say it in your mind or out loud. I choose my direction. I choose how I respond. I choose how I will act and think today. Let this affirmation carry with you into the rest of your morning. Let it guide your decisions and shape your mindset. Each time a choice presents itself, repeat the affirmation silently and remind yourself that your mind is yours to direct. Notice how this word interacts with stillness. Stillness creates the space to make choice. Without stillness, you may react unconsciously, swept by impulse, distraction, or emotion. Choice requires that space of calm. Stillness allows you to pause, observe, and then act intentionally. Choice allows you to transform that still moment into meaningful action, turning awareness into deliberate movement through your day. Together, they form the foundation of a strong, focused, and resilient mind. As you continue through this morning, notice each decision point. The moment you feel the pull of distraction, pause. The moment you encounter a minor irritation, pause. The moment a thought arises that brings worry or doubt, pause. In that pause, remind yourself that you have a choice. You have the power to choose your reaction. You have the power to choose your focus. You have the power to choose your direction. Each choice is a step in building mental strength. Each choice is an investment in the clarity and calm that you will carry through your day. Your mind is learning. Every intentional decision, no matter how small, reinforces the neural pathways of focus, discipline, and resilience. It teaches your brain that you are the guide of your own thoughts, the master of your own actions, and the director of your own day. Choice is not a one-time act. It is a practice repeated over and over until it becomes second nature. The more you exercise this power each morning, the stronger it becomes, and the more automatic your intentional responses will be throughout the day. Take a deep breath now. Reflect on the power of choice. Let it settle in your mind. Recognize that every morning is full of opportunities to practice this principle. Small notifications, minor setbacks, challenging moods, and unexpected interruptions are all opportunities to choose. With each choice, your mind grows stronger. Your day becomes more intentional. Your life becomes more controlled. And as you continue to repeat this practice, you will find that the habit of choice extends far beyond the morning into every area of your life. Take a moment to let this principle settle. Your mind is learning. Now focus on control. Now we arrive at the third word, the third principle that can transform your mornings and strengthen your mind. That word is control. Control is the understanding that the energy you invest is most effective when it is directed toward what you can influence and not wasted on what you cannot. The difference between a mind at peace and a mind in constant struggle often lies in this simple yet profound insight. By focusing on what is within your control, you free yourself from the weight of unnecessary worry, distraction, and frustration. You reclaim your power because your mind, your actions, and your focus become tools for intentional living rather than being scattered across forces beyond your reach. The Stoics spoke often about this principle. They called it the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, taught that there are things in life that we can control and things that we cannot. The challenge, he said, is to direct all of our attention, effort, and thought toward the former and to accept the latter without resistance. Events in the world, the behavior of other people, and the unexpected circumstances that arise are beyond our control. What we can control, however, is our judgment, our attention, and our response to what happens. By focusing on this distinction, we reclaim our energy, our focus, and our emotional stability. Control is the principle that allows us to navigate the chaos of life with intention, resilience, and clarity. Understanding control is liberating. When you stop trying to influence the uncontrollable, you stop wasting energy on frustration and anxiety. You stop spinning in circles over events that cannot be changed. You begin to notice how often stress comes not from actual circumstances, but from your insistence that the world conforms to your expectations. Traffic, delays, interruptions, messages, or unexpected events are not inherently stressful. The stress comes from your desire to control them, your attachment to the outcome, and your resistance to accepting reality. By focusing only on what you can influence, you free yourself from this unnecessary mental burden. You conserve your energy for decisions, actions, and responses that truly matter. Modern psychology echoes this ancient wisdom. Research on locus of control demonstrates that individuals who recognize the boundaries of their influence experience less stress, greater resilience, and improved emotional regulation. Those who attribute outcomes to their own decisions and efforts rather than external forces develop a sense of agency and empowerment. Emotional regulation, the ability to manage your reactions to stress and challenge, is strengthened when you focus on what is within your control. Each morning, by practicing control, you are literally training your brain to recognize your sphere of influence. You are shaping neural pathways that support calm, deliberate, and adaptive thinking. The mind becomes a tool you command, rather than a vessel buffeted by every external circumstance. Consider your mornings as a series of opportunities to exercise this principle. When you wake up, the day ahead may already present challenges beyond your influence. Perhaps the weather is unfavorable. Perhaps someone close to you is in a difficult mood. Perhaps messages, calls, or notifications are waiting for your attention. These events are outside your control. You cannot force them to behave differently. You cannot change the past, and you cannot anticipate everything that will happen. What you can control, however, is how you respond to these events. You can choose your attitude. You can choose your focus. You can choose whether to let these circumstances dictate your energy or whether to maintain composure, clarity, and purpose. Traffic on the way to work is a perfect example. Many people allow traffic to become a source of irritation, anger, or worry. They spend energy cursing, complaining, and stressing over something that cannot be changed. But if you apply the principle of control, your focus shifts. You accept that traffic is beyond your influence. You do not fight it mentally. You instead focus on what you can do. Perhaps you listen to something uplifting, perhaps you plan your day mentally, or perhaps you simply allow yourself to enjoy a few minutes of quiet awareness. Your energy is redirected from frustration to intentional action. You are not powerless. You are controlling your mind, and through your mind, you regain your day. Interruptions and unexpected events are another opportunity to practice control. Maybe a family member asks for help when you were already preparing to leave. Maybe a work issue arises that requires immediate attention. These moments, while unavoidable, are not intrinsically negative. What matters is your response. You can choose frustration and resentment, or you can choose patience, problem solving, and composure. By focusing on what you can influence, you are no longer a passive participant in the chaos of life. You become active, intentional, and grounded. Control allows you to preserve your mental energy for what truly matters, rather than scattering it across forces beyond your reach. Even small details in the morning provide a chance to practice this principle. The notifications on your phone, the unexpected comment from a colleague, or the sudden change in your schedule, all present choices about where you will place your attention. You cannot control these events themselves, but you can control how much attention, energy, and emotion you allow them to occupy. Each time you do this, you reinforce the practice of control. Each time you redirect your focus to what is actionable, you strengthen the pathways of intentional thinking and calm resilience. Control is also about the mindset you bring to your day. You might wake up with a plan, and as soon as you step into the world, something disrupts it. A delayed message, a minor mishap, or an unexpected demand can feel overwhelming if you cling to the idea that everything should follow your plan. Control teaches you to let go of this attachment. It reminds you that your power lies not in making everything go your way, but in mastering your response to what happens. The energy you save by doing so is available for clarity, focus, and productive action. Your mind becomes lighter, sharper, and stronger because you are no longer drained by resistance to what cannot be changed. Take a moment to reflect on your own mornings. How often do you spend energy trying to influence the uncontrollable? How often do you allow minor inconveniences to upset your focus and your mood? Now imagine the freedom of shifting your attention to what is truly within your power. Imagine the mental clarity, calm, and resilience that comes from focusing only on what you can influence. This is the power of control. It is not about effort to change everything. It is about wisdom to focus on what matters. It is the ability to conserve energy and direct it where it will have the greatest impact. Now I want you to anchor this principle with action. Comment if you are able. Say it in your mind or out loud. I focus on what I control. Let this affirmation settle into your mind as a reminder for the rest of your day. Each time you encounter an event beyond your influence, repeat the phrase silently. Let it guide your response. Let it remind you that you are directing your energy with intention. Let it remind you that your mental strength begins with focusing only on what you can control. The relationship between control and the first two words we have discussed is important. Stillness provides the space to recognize what is within your control. Choice provides the power to decide how to respond. Control provides the wisdom to invest your energy wisely. Together, these three principles form a foundation for a morning that is intentional, deliberate, and powerful. They train the mind to remain calm in chaos, to act with intention rather than reaction, and to navigate life's challenges with resilience and clarity. Every morning is a test of this principle. You will encounter events beyond your influence. You will be tempted to worry, complain, or react impulsively. And each time you choose control, you reclaim your power. You free your mind. You conserve your energy. You prepare yourself for the challenges that lie ahead with a calm, focused, and grounded presence. Control is not a one-time act. It is a daily practice, repeated and reinforced with each morning. The more consistently you apply this principle, the more automatic it becomes, and the more stable and resilient your mind grows over time. Take a deep breath. Reflect on the power of control. Imagine how much energy you waste on what you cannot change. Now imagine how that energy can be redirected to focus, clarity, and intentional action. The difference is profound. Your mind becomes calm, your actions deliberate, and your day purposeful. Control allows you to navigate life with less frustration and more strength. It is the key to transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and mastery. Take a final moment now. Let this word, control, settle deeply in your mind. Repeat it silently. I focus on what I control. Let this affirmation guide your thoughts, your energy, and your actions. Let it anchor your mornings and carry into every aspect of your day. Take a slow, deliberate breath. Feel the calm that comes with knowing your energy is directed wisely. Let your mind recognize that you are strong, deliberate, and capable. And now, when you are ready, we will move to the fourth word. Breathe. Courage awaits. We now arrive at the fourth word, the fourth principle that can strengthen your mornings and shape a resilient mind. That word is courage. Courage is not something that belongs only to heroes of history or the extraordinary few. Courage is a daily practice. It is the small but deliberate decisions you make every morning to face your day with honesty, intention, and strength. It is the quiet act of moving forward even when the path is uncomfortable. It is choosing action over avoidance, presence over fear, and effort over hesitation. Courage is not always dramatic. Most of the time it is subtle, internal, and personal, yet its impact is profound. Each morning, courage presents itself in countless ways. It is in the decision to wake up even when fatigue tempts you to linger. It is in the choice to face tasks that feel daunting, difficult, or unappealing. It is in the willingness to engage in conversations that require honesty, patience, or vulnerability. Courage shows up when you acknowledge that discomfort is part of growth and that avoidance only strengthens fear. Every small act of courage compounds over time, building a mind that does not shy away from challenge, but instead steps into it with awareness and determination. The Stoics emphasized courage as an essential part of life. They believed that living well requires not only wisdom and self-control, but also the strength to act. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca often wrote about the importance of facing life deliberately, as though every moment were a test of character. They saw the morning as a battlefield where the mind must be trained. Each decision, each action, each response is an opportunity to demonstrate courage. The Stoics taught that courage is not about fearlessness, but about facing fear, discomfort, or uncertainty while maintaining clarity and virtue. In the morning, courage is the choice to meet your day intentionally, without retreat or hesitation, no matter what challenges or discomforts lie ahead. Courage is also present in the smallest micro-decisions we take. Every time you choose to start a task you have been avoiding, to speak honestly when it is difficult, or to take action despite uncertainty, you are practicing courage. It is easy to think that courage is a grand act, but in reality, it is repeated in the quiet moments of everyday life. It is choosing to act with integrity, even when no one is watching. It is choosing to persist when challenges feel overwhelming. These daily expressions of courage strengthen the mind, building confidence and resilience that carry through every aspect of life. Modern psychology supports the role of courage in building mental strength and resilience. Research on confidence loops shows that each time we face a small discomfort, complete a task we feared, or speak up in a challenging situation, our sense of competence grows. Exposure to discomfort, when done intentionally, trains the mind to tolerate uncertainty, reduce avoidance behavior, and increase emotional regulation. The more often you practice courage in manageable doses, the more your brain learns that challenges are not threats, but opportunities for growth. Each morning becomes a training ground, a chance to exercise bravery in simple but meaningful ways, preparing you for the larger challenges that life will inevitably bring. Think about your mornings in detail. Perhaps you have tasks that feel overwhelming, emails that require difficult responses, or conversations that you are tempted to postpone. Perhaps there are goals that feel distant, workouts that feel too hard, or responsibilities that weigh heavily on you. Courage is what allows you to face these moments. It is the willingness to act even when comfort tempts you to delay or avoid. Courage is the quiet voice inside that reminds you that progress is more important than ease. It is the force that pushes you to take the first step, to complete the first task, and to engage with life fully and deliberately. Consider a morning task that you have been avoiding. The discomfort may be minor, like organizing your space, making a difficult call, or completing a report. Or it may be significant, like having a necessary but challenging conversation with someone you care about. Courage is the decision to act rather than procrastinate. It is choosing to meet the challenge, however small or large, and do so fully. With each act, your mind builds confidence, your habits strengthen, and your ability to face discomfort increases. You begin to notice that fear or avoidance loses its grip because your mind becomes conditioned to approach challenges deliberately, calmly, and confidently. Courage is also reflected in your mental approach to the day. Perhaps anxiety arises as you anticipate tasks, challenges, or interactions. Perhaps uncertainty threatens to stall your energy or focus. Courage allows you to acknowledge these feelings without being controlled by them. You recognize fear and discomfort, and then you choose action in alignment with your values and priorities. The mind that practices courage does not ignore challenges or pretend fear does not exist. Instead, it meets them directly, understanding that action, not avoidance, builds strength. This is the essence of a courageous morning practice. To make courage tangible, anchor it with action. Each morning, before your day begins in full, identify one small act that requires bravery. Perhaps it is tackling a task you have postponed, speaking with clarity in a challenging situation, or making a personal commitment to stay disciplined. Take that action deliberately. Notice the way it feels to confront discomfort intentionally. Recognize that each act, no matter how minor, reinforces the habit of courage. And then repeat the affirmation. Comment if you are able. Say it in your mind or out loud. I walk with courage. Let this affirmation settle deeply in your consciousness, reminding you that you are capable of facing your day with strength, intention, and integrity. The relationship between courage and the other words we have explored is profound. Stillness gives you the calm to recognize your fears and discomfort. Choice gives you the power to act intentionally rather than react unconsciously. Control gives you the wisdom to direct your energy toward what you can influence. Courage allows you to step forward into discomfort, take action despite uncertainty, and build resilience with each decision. These four principles together form a strong framework for your morning, creating a mind that is focused, calm, and unshakable. Imagine the ripple effect of practicing courage in your morning. Tasks that once felt daunting now become manageable. Conversations that once seemed intimidating now feel approachable. Challenges that once provoked anxiety now become opportunities to strengthen your mind. Each small act of courage compounds over time, building a reservoir of confidence and resilience. You will begin to notice a shift not only in your mornings, but in the way you approach your entire life. Fear will lose its grip, hesitation will fade, and your mind will become a source of clarity, strength, and deliberate action. Take a deep breath now, reflect on your morning, Notice the moments where courage can be exercised. Perhaps it is waking up fully aware, perhaps it is engaging in a difficult task, or perhaps it is simply committing to a positive, intentional mindset. Whatever it is, recognize that courage is always available to you. It is not dependent on external conditions or extraordinary circumstances. It is present in the everyday decisions, the small actions, and the deliberate steps you take to meet life with integrity and strength. Take a moment to internalize the affirmation once more. Comment if you can. Say it in your mind, "I walk with courage." Let this thought anchor your actions. Let it guide your decisions. Let it remind you that you are capable of meeting challenges with deliberate action, calm, and confidence. Allow courage to become part of your morning, part of your mindset, and part of the foundation for every day. Now take a final, slow, deliberate breath. Feel the courage settling in your body, your mind, and your approach to the day. Recognize the strength that comes from facing discomfort, making intentional decisions, and acting in alignment with your values. Let courage be the fuel that propels you through the challenges of your morning and beyond. Enough. Let gratitude anchor you. We now arrive at the fifth and final word of this morning practice. That word is enough. Enough is a word that carries tremendous power because it reminds us that our value, our potential, and our presence are sufficient exactly as they are. Enough is the antidote to comparison, to the constant rush for more, and to the anxiety that often fills the quiet moments of the morning. It is the principle that teaches contentment, acceptance, and gratitude. When you begin your day with the awareness that you are enough, that what you have, who you are, and what you bring to life is sufficient, you immediately release tension, frustration, and worry. Enough is the peace that allows your mind to start the day grounded, focused, and calm. The Stoics spoke about this principle in many ways. Seneca, a Roman philosopher who studied desire, wealth, and happiness, often reflected on sufficiency. He reminded himself that wanting endlessly is a trap, and that finding contentment in what is already present is the path to true freedom. He understood that desire beyond what is necessary leads to anxiety, distraction, and inner turmoil. Morning is a critical time to apply this principle because it is often when our minds race ahead, imagining shortages, failures, or unmet expectations. By anchoring yourself in enough, you calm these racing thoughts. You acknowledge that what you bring to the day, even if imperfect, is sufficient. You can face the day with clarity rather than striving to prove your worth or measure up to unrealistic standards. Enough is closely tied to gratitude. When you recognize that you have enough, you naturally begin to notice what is already present in your life. You notice the small comforts, the relationships, the abilities, and the opportunities that surround you. Gratitude does not mean complacency. It does not mean giving up on goals or ambition. Instead, it means beginning from a foundation of sufficiency, acknowledging the resources, strengths, and abilities you already possess. From this place of grounded awareness, you can act, create, and grow without the constant weight of fear, comparison, or insecurity. Each morning, reminding yourself that you are enough allows you to start the day from a place of strength rather than deficiency. Modern psychology supports the power of this practice. Research on stress reduction, emotional regulation, and well-being consistently shows that gratitude and sufficiency reduce anxiety, improve focus, and strengthen mental resilience. When people begin their day reflecting on what they have rather than what they lack, they experience lower stress levels and a greater ability to respond calmly to challenges. The mind is not preoccupied with endless comparison or imagined deficits. It is focused, alert, and grounded. Recognizing that you are enough activates a sense of self-worth and mental stability that ripples through every action, interaction, and decision you make throughout the day. Consider your mornings in detail. Many of us wake to the invisible pressures of comparison. We check social media, comparing ourselves to the curated lives of others. We imagine how far we have to go, how much we need to achieve, or how much more we should become. These thoughts create anxiety even before the day has begun. The principle of enough interrupts this cycle. It reminds you that your life, your morning, and your mind are sufficient exactly as they are. You do not need to measure up to anyone else. You do not need to accomplish everything immediately. You do not need to compare or compete. You are enough. This simple awareness changes the quality of your thoughts, your energy, and your focus. Perfectionism is another morning challenge that enough addresses. Many people wake with the internal pressure to do everything perfectly, to anticipate every problem, and to meet all expectations flawlessly. This desire for perfection creates stress, distraction, and self-criticism. By focusing on enough, you allow yourself to act intentionally without being weighed down by impossible standards. You acknowledge that progress, presence, and effort are more important than perfection. You recognize that mistakes, delays, and imperfections are part of the process, not a reflection of inadequacy. Your mind becomes lighter, your focus sharper, and your confidence stronger. Even minor distractions or interruptions in the morning can trigger a sense of insufficiency if you are not anchored in enough. A delayed message, an unexpected task, or a sudden change in routine can feel stressful because the mind interprets it as a lack or a shortfall. The principle of enough teaches you to recognize these thoughts and release them. You acknowledge that what you have is sufficient, that your abilities are enough, and that your efforts are enough. You shift your attention from what is missing to what is present, from fear of inadequacy to awareness of sufficiency, and from anxiety to calm focus. Now anchor this principle with action. Each morning, pause and remind yourself, I am enough. Say it in your mind or out loud. Let this affirmation settle into your awareness. Let it guide your thoughts, your energy, and your interactions. When you encounter moments of doubt, comparison, or perceived lack, return to this affirmation. Let it remind you that your presence, your effort, and your mind are sufficient exactly as they are. This is not arrogance. It is grounded awareness. It is the peace that allows you to face the day without unnecessary worry or tension. Enough also connects deeply with the other words we have explored. Stillness allows you to recognize your inherent sufficiency. Choice allows you to decide to act from a place of contentment rather than fear. Control teaches you to focus on what is within your power, not what is lacking. Courage allows you to step into discomfort confidently, knowing that you are sufficient and capable. Enough is the final anchor that allows your mind to rest, your energy to stabilize, and your focus to sharpen as the day begins. Together, these 5 words form a complete framework for a morning practice that strengthens the mind, builds resilience, and cultivates clarity. Take a moment to reflect. Notice how much time, energy, and mental space you spend comparing, worrying, or feeling insufficient. Now notice how it feels to anchor yourself in enough. Notice the relief, the lightness, and the clarity that arises when you recognize that you are already sufficient. Notice how this awareness allows you to engage with your morning tasks, interactions, and challenges from a place of strength rather than deficiency. This is the power of the word enough. Each morning offers an opportunity to practice this principle. Before you check messages, before you react to news, before you begin work or chores, pause and remind yourself, I am enough. Take a deep breath and let the words resonate. Feel them in your body, feel them in your mind. Let them guide your actions. Let them carry into every decision you make. Let them provide the calm, focus, and confidence to navigate the day with clarity and purpose. Imagine starting your day with the knowledge that you are enough. Every small task, every interaction, every thought begins from this foundation. You are not chasing validation, approval, or perfection. You are acting from a place of sufficiency. Your energy is not wasted on comparison or doubt. Your mind is free to focus, to create, and to respond intentionally. This is not a fleeting idea. This is a practical tool that shapes your mornings and strengthens your mind over time. As you end this reflection, anchor it one last time with action. Comment if you can. Say it in your mind or out loud. I am enough. Let it echo in your thoughts. Let it remind you that your worth, presence, and ability are sufficient exactly as they are. Carry this awareness into the rest of your day. Allow it to guide your actions, interactions, and decisions. Allow it to be the foundation from which you approach challenges, tasks, and relationships. Let the word enough become a daily practice, a steady anchor that strengthens your mind, reduces anxiety, and builds clarity. Take a final deep breath now. Feel the grounding power of enough. Recognize that you have completed this morning practice with stillness, choice, control, courage, and enough. Feel the strength that comes from anchoring your mind in these principles. Let gratitude settle in your heart. Let clarity settle in your thoughts. Let sufficiency settle in your being. You are ready to face the day. You are ready to act with intention, focus, and calm. You are enough. As we approach the close of this morning practice, take a moment to let everything we have explored settle in your mind. Stillness, choice, control, courage, and enough. These 5 words are more than concepts. They are anchors for mental strength. They are tools you can carry with you every day to navigate life with clarity, calm, and resilience. Each word touches a different part of your mind. Stillness brings awareness. Choice brings power. Control brings focus. Courage brings action. Enough brings peace. Together, they form a framework that allows you to face challenges without fear, distraction, or overwhelm. Imagine beginning every day grounded in these principles. Imagine how your mind, body, and emotions respond when you act from clarity, intentionality, and strength. Each moment, each decision, each interaction becomes an opportunity to exercise these anchors. This is the power of combining ancient Stoic wisdom with modern psychological insight. These 5 words are not temporary guidance. They are your daily armor, your mental compass, and the foundation for building a life of purpose, resilience, and mastery. Let them settle deeply within you. As we come to the very end of this practice, I want you to take a deep breath and recognize something important. You are not just a passive participant in your mornings. You are someone who starts each day with clarity, choice, and courage. You are someone who takes control of your mind, your energy, and your focus. You are someone who faces life deliberately rather than reacting to circumstances or the opinions of others. With stillness, you have grounded yourself. With choice, you have directed your path. With control, you have focused your energy. With courage, you have stepped forward even when it was uncomfortable. With enough, you have embraced your sufficiency and released the need for comparison. If this message has resonated with you, take action now. Like this video to support these teachings. Comment below your favorite word from the 5 we explored today. Share this with someone who needs this guidance in their morning. Subscribe to join a community committed to Stoic and psychological principles every week. Remember, your transformation begins with these small but intentional steps. Stay strong, stay present, master yourself.